Good morning, dear students. Today we will read this poem, A Roadside Stand, and today we will discuss only about the poet and an outline of the poem. The textual reading will take place in next video. So before move to the topic or the poem, let's have something to know about Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet. Okay, he was an American poet of 20th century. Robert Frost wrote his character, people, and landscape. All these are very realistic, most commonly. Okay, realistic in the sense they give some kind of understanding to the world or the society in which we get to learn new lessons. His poems are concerned with most commonly with human tendency or human behavior or human tragedy. Okay, fear, problem, pain, especially sorrow of humanity, most commonly. Okay, and he most commonly he focuses on a life of a person. Fine, and you might have heard one poem written by him, stopping by woods on a snowy evening. This is the best one. And mending wall. Fine. So this is the thing. And one most important thing, you might have studied a poem in class 9th, The Road Not Taken. Okay, composed by the same poet. And before that, in class 10th, Ozymandias was there. And before that, in class 10th, there was a poem, West Wind. No, the West Wind is Robert Frost. So Ozymandias and these two, a Roadside Stand and the Road Not Taken. So in this poem, what we are going to discuss in this poem, A Roadside Stand, Robert Frost explains the miserable condition of poor people, especially rural one, not of urban areas. The government and other social services appears to help them. Most commonly, people of a particular area or the government or some leaders, they commit some kind of you can say uh, promises, but they never fulfill them. But actually, do them no good. Okay, and then the city people here in this poem, they are described as they hardly pay any attention to the poor. Okay, and it is not the complaint that the poet here described in the poem, but it is a suggestion to the rich people, to the political people, and to the people those who are well fed. Here, Robert Frost presents the lives of people, poor people especially, in a very clear way, in which we get to know some kind of sensible approach to them, and it is generally based on sympathy and humanity. So here we will get to know about rich and poor. How should rich behave to poor? Rich means not the people those who are wealthy, but the people those who have a great heart, those who have political approach, and those who have some kind of deepest sympathy for the poor people. Okay, and here poor refers to the weaker section of our society. It does not belong to any caste, creed, or color. So, in the very first part, we get to know what a little old house means. There is a highway, okay, and on the highway there is an old home, and the owner of this old home is a poor person, and he had done what? He had reconstructed his house in such a way that he has opened a shop facing the highway. Okay, and this is the old house, and it does not mean that. And what does he offer? He offers wild berries. Okay, wild berries. He sells wild berries on this highway, and this shop is created by himself by breaking the back part of the building or the house that he owned, and it is now a shop. Okay, and second thing, a little old house, I told you, doll of bread. He has opened this particular shop not for dollar bread, not for bread or not for chapati, especially or not to earn livelihood, but to get something extra. Okay, here this shop refers not for earning his livelihood. He is not totally based on that particular shop, but to get something extra. Okay, and then what does he want to feel? He wants to get city money. The people, those who pass from that particular highway should give him some money by taking his world berries. And he has put sign of S and N, south and north, but unfortunately they are not in the same direction, and offers wild berries. This person means the farmer offers wild berries to the people, and he hopes that the people should stop before his shop, should purchase wild berries and give him city money so that he could feel city money in his hand. Now, what other people, those who pass from this highway or before the shop, what do they think? They really enjoy the beautiful mountain scene on this highway. But after constructing or after opening this shop, they say that it has become an artless paint, means this shop has disturbed the natural beauty of highway as per the rich people or the people those who pass from this highway. Then the poet says, "The heart to the scenery would not be my complaint." This poet says that this is not my complaint. That they means this poor person has created the shop on the highway just to disturb the natural beauty. Okay, it is not that one. And just I just tell you one again, those who run before this stand or roadside stand did not raise it for a dole of bread. They expect that people would come there, should purchase his wild berries, and some cash would flow into the poor people hand. So the roadside stand was established for money only, and which money? City money, not for bread. Okay, but very less people, they care for this shop. So the rich people pass through the place with the intention of going ahead. All the people, they have their intention to reach their uh, destination. If anyone care to stop there, he would get irritated because this beauty of highway has been disturbed by doing artless paint. Okay, even the sign of S and N. Okay, the sign of S and N were turned wrong there. Fine. And next one is the roadside stand offer ordinary thing like wild berries, as I told you. Okay, and wild berries were sold there in wooden carts or in some units. Similarly, one should stop there, should purchase wild berries, should give city money to the poor people. But it does not happen. Okay, and as I told you, the poet does not complain that landscape has been disturbed, the scenery has been disturbed by the artless paint on this highway. He is worried about those suffering and pain. What kind of suffering and pain? That the no car stops over there, no rich people uh, buy wild berries. Okay, that the people had to face and suffer. Who are the people? These are the poor people. The roadside stand is far from the city. Fine, this is far from the city. The people, those who stand over there, ask for some city money to feel in their hand, and with this money what will they do? They want to progress and expand. They want to progress. Okay, so they want to progress. This is also you can say a dream of poor people to go with the changing of era. So they want to some money in their hand. So these promises remains distant dream. Now, so to feel in hand, what do they want to feel in hand? They want to feel city money and part in power. Part in power means here refers to one is rich people and second is political approach or political people. Okay, and promises. So these promises remain there dream only. The party in power, like the government also, okay, like the government also is indifferent to the demand of these poor person or people. Okay, now there is a news in the area that all these people, poor people, were brought together. Okay, and they were brought together in villages next to the theater and the store. Fine, and they would not. And why? By doing this togetherness, what will they will do? They would not get time to think about themselves. Till now, we got to know that this roadside stand offers some time to the poor people to think about themselves. But if they are get together or made together by the people, they will not get sufficient time to think about themselves. So the so-called good greedy good years, so-called greedy good deers means the people those who are selfish or greedy people will exploit these people. Whom? The poor one. These people pretend to be sympathetic, but intentionally they are not. They are like flesh eating animals. Flesh eating animals means whom? Rich person, political people, and the government itself. Okay, they are out to grab and swallow their relax, their money, their comfort zone, and everything. Okay, so they will force them to part with their money, they will control their lives, and they will not give them sufficient money so that they can think about their future. Okay, then here we got to know childish longing. What is childish longing? That the car should stop over there, should buy wild berries, and should give them city money. So this is the childish longing. Open windows. What open window refer to? Open window, the opening of the shop, and selfish car means the car those who pass by the roadside. Let's see how many car stops here. Actually, three cars. First car stops over there. So as the car stops, the poor feels good, and but the car asks her to plow up the grass and to turn back. Okay, second car stops over there, and the second car asks for the way. So both of them they are useless. Okay, and third one, the third car stops over there. Do they sell gas? And third, the driver asks, or the person asks, do they sell gas? As the poor people got to know this question, they say what? They say, didn't you see what we sell? Okay, and lastly, the poet wants to raise the voice of country, the people. Okay, and a complaint, and this is a complaint here actually. So no one asks about the future of farmers and what price they are going to for their production or the wild berries. What person should stop over there, should use the yard, and should purchase their wild berries. Okay, but lastly, they seem to complain to the drawback of this particular roadside stand. The poet feels an unbearable pain of this rural background. Their miserable condition is not good or equal as to death. He will feel relieved if they are put out of their pain, and the poet expects to be put out of his pain gently by some other person. So, to remove the pain of poor farmer is an intention of the poet. Maybe it can be done by any other person, not by the people, those who do not stop before that particular roadside stand. So my dear students, this is an outline in which we get to know this roadside refers to the poor people they want to have city money, they want to grow. But some other people, those who exploit the poor, like even the government, political people, and some rich people, they never think about poor, and they remain in their own world. They do not show sympathy and humanity to the poor people. So that's all. Reading will take place in next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you.